Onward. This book supposedly plays the music, but I don't think I've ever heard it. And like I said, I know damage output is mostly based on weapons, but I just have not had the time to do the dungeons on the right days. Or the right days just never came. I'm gonna go around that. If I maybe can. Just for, you know, potential painful reasons. Just gonna give that a sec to charge. I was wondering when the heck we could go down here.
I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of Salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable relics nearby.
According to legend, the people of the god of Salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection. But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of Salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Salterai. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of Salt.
Is it related to the Salter God's people? Is it related to Rex Lapis? It could be either.
I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. But I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The god of Salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets to hide.
Wrong. No.
So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would do, though.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of Salt lie within this ruin, just waiting for someone to find them, right?
You weren't listening at all, were you? Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Can we go around it?
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
Do you know I'm Rex Lapis?
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not know all of its secrets.
He's probably just gonna snap his fingers and it'll open.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, they do in fact contain the secret to breaking seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so, follow me then.
I'm gonna guess every ancient god has some secrets, my dear. Salt seals the ruin within. None uninvited may enter in. How do I get an invite? Go to the first contraption. Oh, all the way over here. Maybe I really should just kill that thing, because I'm going to be going back and forth. I might have to. Oof. Alright, fine. Death wish it is. If you have death wish, I guess I comply. Almost. Done. Besides from one archer who's decided he wants nothing to do with it. Hello? Sir? Anyway. Get food. Any more glitter bombs? No? Cool. At us. This kind of looks like a sword. No, maybe not. It's a pillar.
Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed.
It's one of these things again. Ah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Hang on. Line it up. Close? There we go.
See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
You mean staring at it did nothing?
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
Probably over here. There's a couple of these.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related to all this? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me. But when we lit up all the elemental monuments, nothing happened.
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. Otherwise, the seal will not be broken.
Yeah, I've activated plenty of stuff like that around here.
The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
Southeast, west, north.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to the god of salt. To provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War, this benevolent god searched all across Liyue. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, even one sliver of peace was a luxury. That haven she eventually found is right here. Today, it is known as Sal Turai.
How sad then. In the end, this peaceful place was destroyed by Morax.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal. Whatever happened doesn't matter as long as we can get inside that ruin.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. With this clue, you should be able to solve the puzzle.
Ruin under lock and key. I got a BRB. Okay, and we are back. Let's see. Ah, these monuments. Here's one. Did I do it? Oh no, this is probably... Look for objective in this area. I probably did it wrong. South. This is west. Is this south? I want to say it's south. No, this is north. I did it in the wrong order. No, I've already screwed it up. So I'm just gonna light these. I wasn't paying attention, and for some reason I thought I was facing a different direction than what I was. You can also do this with Lisa. It's probably easier to do it with Lisa. So I did it wrong. So now it'll reset. Yeah.
Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north.
Yes.
The directions
I knew.
are the clue. Give it another try.
I know. South, east, west, north. Go to the site of the broken seal.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth, lost to time.
Okay, and also the Hilly Churls respawned because I've been gone for a few days. Boof! Thankfully, the quest doesn't disappear if you don't finish it within 24 hours. Thank goodness. But yeah, this is why the Dragon Spine, uh-oh. Quest was so difficult for me. Is that I just didn't have the time to play it undisturbed. Without interruptions like that happening. So, yeah. I'll probably talk about it more next week. I'll do a casual, like, Zoo Tycoon stream. And talk about it then. Because that's usually the time I talk about such stuff. Ha ha! You can't cross the lake!
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyonstone Forest.
Oh? I'd love to know.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per claim.
You're really gonna make them think about what they take. How are you going to enforce it, though?
To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will just be between you all.
I won't take any either. And there's no telling, like, if they'll come back later.
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity like this up so easily!
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur archaeologist? No, absolutely not.
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt. I can't accept this.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition.
Do they even need you past this point? You've already gotten past the seal.
You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin, as well as traps.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the God of Salt should be enough to make a fortune.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have one request, Mr. Zhongli. If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth harms Morax's image.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then, let's go.
Okay, time for farewell, sweet salt. Let's go down into this dungeon. I could have sworn that... Ooh, interesting. I wonder if I'll continue to be able to come down here. Thankfully there's no Geoculuses. I know because I got them all. I feel like I got interrupted in Zhongli's quest before for something. Maybe Zhongli's quests are just cursed for me. Oh my gosh, this has just been a cursed week for me all the way around. Ooh. You know, he only said I couldn't take the relics. All this natural stuff? Mine. Boop. Get this innocuous jade for the day I finally decide to level up Beto. Probably not anytime soon. Because Razor is just objectively the stronger electric claymore, sorry. Where am I? Pick flowers. Though, Ganyu now does massive amounts of damage as well. I mean, she is a 5-star, so I expected it, but... Ooh! I got her with some ice and bow accessories, and now she just nukes everything with her specials. Her regular attacks don't do very much damage, but her special... Oh boy. Also, she can do... Hang on. That. In lieu of not having Mona to fish, I can use Ganyu. There's so much stuff in here, oh my gosh. I know this is supposed to be like an actual treasure hunt, but you know what was up on the wall? There's like so much core lapis and stuff in here, I don't want to... Ooh! Geo sigils that I can trade in. Probably just for Mora at this point, but... Yeah, Ganyu, despite being vegan, is an excellent fisher. Just wait for it to double charge like that. Hello, slimes. I'm busy. Don't mind me, I'm just shooting all the fish out of the ancient pool. Was it Kung Fu Panda? We do not eat from the sacred tree. He's got just his entire face stuffed with like peaches or something. I mean, how can I not? Like I said, Ganyu's regular doesn't do much, but her charged attack does like 2,000 damage minimum. Bye, slime! I wonder if I'll be able to come down here in the future. I think so. Because I haven't actually entered the dungeon yet. I've been too busy picking flowers and all that hoopla. There's nothing up there. Nothing over there. I think we're good. Don't mind me, I'm just checking for treasure. Of mysteries and salt. The seal has been broken and both the treasures and the tail of the goddess Salt await within. The party pushes on, each armed with disparate aims. Recommended elements. We need Geo? Really? I wonder who I'll trade for Geo. Recommended party level 35. Well, I'll bring Geo just in case. If it's recommended party level 35, this isn't going to be too much of an issue. But just in case, I will bring someone else. My main traveler is actually probably the stronger Geo character.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
Oh no, never mind, it gave us Zhongli. I kind of figured it would, but I wanted to bring my main, you know, just in case of puzzles. Because I can do that. Unless I've sealed the entrance and will never escape. Ha ha ha, you have fallen into my trap. Just kidding. Anyway. Interesting. A bizarre looking statue that appears to be made of salt. Appears to be made, yes.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Okay, that's all it says. Now, what sort of biblical catastrophe happened here? Or was the god of salt not as benevolent as we claim? Where's his spear? Oh, there it is. It's like he wields it without actually touching it. It says recommended level 35, and then everything in here is in the 70s. I want to say this pillar in the area around it generates some sort of defense effect. I can't be certain though. So I think I need to climb this in order to get up here, and that's why they gave us Zhongli. Question is, can I also get up here? I can. Nothing up here though. Yeah, see, you can't climb this. It deliberately wants you to use the pillar.
Solidify.
Ah, and that can do an actual shield if you hold it. I see, I see. But now I have to wait for it to charge again. Good job, Bryn.
Quake.
I want to say it increases defense around it. I can't really be sure. That was fast. Holy crap. That was a short dungeon. Books, cobwebs. That was a short dungeon. Holy crap. He's transfixed in an earnest posture. No, perhaps he was also afraid.
Look at this. It's filled halfway with salt.
Oh, it just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this as mine.
So we're not going to talk about the statues or what?
I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
Ah yes, because salt is, you know, just so difficult to come by when you live next to an ocean.
Hey, how can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
Since we have a contract, it's no use for me to fight with him.
Then let's move on, shall we?
Okay, the dungeon does open up more. I was gonna say, that was a short as heck dungeon. It's gone, right? Yeah. And that's just a pedestal. I was like, if it's a book, I might take that with me. Unless I'm forbidden from doing so due to the contract. I can take all the natural stuff, all the minerals, all the whatever. I wonder if even if he's a spear user, he can get past these. Yeah, I think he can because Geo. I think Geo might have like an automatic license to get past these shields.
We're waiting.
Seriously, what does this pillar do? Bye-bye. Anything up here? No. No. More no. Also, this doesn't look like a level 1 weapon. I see. I knew it. This will probably be easier with my character, thanks. And this is why I brought her. Because unless you're doing, like, artifact farming and stuff, you are going to need some of these elements for puzzles, not for battles. Yeah, what happened to you? Sword?
Huh, just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
Oh, it's a measuring instrument.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
And nothing will ever grow there again.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice.
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick?
Because you got greedy and wanted to go first.
And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy, here we go again.
While we're on the topic of useless people.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya.
And you're in Liyue.
Will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Pay your dues.
Okay.
Next on the agenda.
Dang it.
No touching.
There he is. Focus on the flower. I guess the hood just comes up, huh? And since he is able to do this, this means he probably had a fake vision on him the entire time. A fake fire vision. Man, I haven't even leveled up Razor's weapon yet, because I haven't had the right day. I think it's today that dungeon opens so I can level this.
Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Nothing forbids him from coming back later.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long.
At least we had our guard up. I hope you never become as greedy as him, Paimon.
Yeah, good thing Paimon can smell a liar from a mile away.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh? Be honest about what?
As he looks directly at Paimon.
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the god of salt. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
And Morning Oath.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Chising, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry.
For crying out loud, you guys live on the freaking ocean.
Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Okay, that's a better explanation than just needing salt, because I was gonna say, oh my god, you literally live on the ocean. You can plunge a sock into it, dry it out, and get salt. Come to think of it, I've never heard of you say Rex Lapis. I've never heard you say Lord of Geo.
Oh, right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use the name Morax.
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue.
I was gonna say, this can only be unlocked after you finish the Archeon quest, I believe, which means at this point everybody believes Rex Lapis is dead. Clearly he's in front of us, but most people think he's dead.
Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
You know, judging by the pillars everywhere, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Goddess of Salt was probably similar to the original gods prior to the 7. Very controlling, very vengeful. Moving on.
Crumble.
Can you activate these two? Yes, he can. Can I make it across this chasm? Yes, I can. I probably should have climbed the pillar first. I wonder if I light a shield, can I... Or it can just do that. That works too. I was gonna make a shield and then just run around and poke him. But this works too. I'm fine with this. That's not where I wanted to stick that Ganyu. Yes, let us stick the decoy directly where we are standing. I'm sure that will go splendidly. Yeah, Ganyu's damage is pretty nice now. I've maxed out her weapon for now. Levels need to be increased, but I can do this. This do anything? Crystallize. I still don't know what effect that is yet. Oh, dang it! Do not trigger. Do not trigger. Do not trigger. Can I climb? Thank you. I see it. I see it. Dang it! Pardon me. Pardon me. Don't let me. Gotta climb this weird pillar thingy for minimum treasure because, yes, really. Oh, hi. Hello, mage. Let's just melt this away. I know I can use Ganyu for this too, but... Zoop! Dang it! Thought he was done, but he just teleported. So yeah, Ganyu's damage is getting pretty good. Once she's finally leveled all the way up, it'll be even better. You guys say anything? Gotta check before I'm permanently locked out. A sword?
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back against the evil Morax. But sadly, she was defeated.
I don't see how you got that, but okay.
The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the god of salt.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim 1.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only 1 object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take 2 relics at the same time.
This logic!
It's not even a complete sword. Like, it's missing the hilt.
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure. How about you let this one slide, huh?
Paimon, careful. He might not have a choice about that whole contract thing.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
I'm guessing they're very similar to, like, the fallacy in Final Fantasy XIII in that they maybe literally cannot deviate from what they are a god of.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the god of salt cannot be restored. No matter what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But, as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh?
I like this outcome better.
The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the 7.
I'm still curious what decided the 7.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Teyvat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No. No! It can't be so.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon?
Then what turned everyone to salt?
No! true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt.
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
Hey! Hey! Come back!
That was too much for her to take. What you said is really true, right?
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken.
He probably has to fulfill it one way or another, whether he wants to or not.
Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
And I can also pick up this lone Sunsetia that's been sitting here in the background of the cutscene this entire time, distracting me.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
It looks like there'd be something up there. Oh my gosh, he does not grab onto his own pillars that well, does he? Anything over here? Nope. He seems to have been fleeing from something, no doubt suspecting that something terrible was afoot. Okay, same thing. Like, maybe when she was killed, her power just exploded outwards, too.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then.
The salt coming down from the ceiling is a nice touch, too. Don't mind me just complimenting the aesthetics while all these people are dead around me. All these books, too. Guess I'll just talk to her. Sorry, I like to be thorough when I explore stuff.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted even till the end. Nurse hatred for her people in her heart.
Even if this is so, I can't! This must be a lie. A false history, all of it!
So, humans are, again, worse than even the gods.
Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
The only part of your faith he shook was that she was powerful.
Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now.
You seem all too familiar with what happened to the God of Salt. You didn't just hear the rumors about the way to break her seal, did you? Have you been down here before?
Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also.
The people of Leeway will understand that one day.
All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Gullion Forest?
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground, telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Quest complete! Let's not walk through her remains. Examine Sal Flore, ground zero. No matter what was once here, not remains but a single flower of salt. He once held something in his hand, upraised into a pose of supreme effort. This must be the one. Which means she knew what was happening and she accepted it, but at the same time, a god slain, I guess, just has that happen. I don't think Zhongli will, since he's technically no longer a god. He's probably mortal now. But it kind of does make me wonder if that's what happens to a minor god. What happens if you slay a bigger god? Because we might have to do that with the Tsaritsa way in further chapters. Quest? Hello? Quest? It said down here. It said Guyun Stone Forest. Ah, there we go. Which, I'll get it out before I have to load again. If the Tsaritsa is collecting all of the other gods' fragments, is the blowout going to be immense enough to destroy the world? Maybe that's even her idea, too. I don't know. Doggone it. No. Go away, slimes. Go away, slimes. Go away, slimes. Once I'm out of their view, I'm going to put Zhongli back in my party because no. I brought the Traveler for puzzles. That's about it. Where is she?
I can't wait any longer!
Okay. Let's go around. And probably to the top. I'm gonna guess to the top. Beto's ship is still here, I see. Egg. So yeah, Ganyu definitely recommend for hunting animals, which is ironically funny considering she's like genetically vegan. Though you can still feed her meat in the menu, which is weird.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Gullion Forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, And Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming.
So what would you like us to do?
I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended.
I wonder if this cutscene looks different if that mountain isn't unlocked yet.
History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
That's just a fact you're gonna have to accept, buddy.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat.
I mean, yes and no. Even that will eventually dissipate. So that's why you wanted us to come with you, so you didn't just bring me along to find treasure.
Sounds like tough work.
Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Oh yeah, let's just make it even saltier.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
Isn't it just gonna, like, continuously generate salt then? Ultimately, just, like, it's gonna take it a while, but polluting the sea with, like, too much salt?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folktales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume.
And it'll just never
And
wash
thus
ashore again?
Another spark of divinity departs from Liyue.
That'll never
My
wash
legacy
ashore, nope.
shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
Maybe this world sea is saltless. I mean, maybe? But if that's the case, wouldn't it eventually make it salty? Also, that means we're all super iodine deficient. Songli?
I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
I feel bad for the god of salt. Won't those relics cause Osial to grow in power? What will you do now?
We did not measure right and wrong during the days of the Archon War in the same manner as we do today.
Isn't that the truth? I feel a lot of people today forget that.
Now, I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time. Of course, as I am now, I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time.
Okay, those subtitles are bugged.
I will remain here for a while. Though the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler do have power in their own right, they are nothing before Osial. If a day comes when he should recover his strength and return, I believe that even so, he will be defeated once more.
By what?
I will remain here for a while.
And what will you do now?
That is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer. But now... Yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Leo's past?
And toss them into the ocean again? Is this a thing we do now, Zhongli? Is this a thing we do now? But anyway, I think this quest is done. I would like to learn more about the other gods. Yes, it is. It is done. There are 2 more, but I will not be doing them today because it is 10 o'clock and it is... I need to be wrapped up before 11, so I'm gonna work back. And this is probably where I'm gonna call it a stream. Like I said, I just wanted to get that done so I didn't accidentally trip on it or trigger anything. Also, my ley line kept popping up in that area on the Saltarari Island, which meant I'm not able to level and stuff, and then I would have had to wait like an entire week or more. Like, I just needed to get it done, and we'll start the other quests up maybe sometime next week. But anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it off. Thank you to everyone who has joined for this short, just under an hour stream, and I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye.
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication.